The other day, I saw a man checking his blood glucose level before sipping on his morning coffee. It is a very tiny moment which inspired this video about diabetes. I just spent the last week researching on how did we get to this place? All the 100-page research papers, graphs, and bar charts. It's a lot, heck of information, but there is something. How the number of diabetic people more than doubled in the last 4 decades, from 108 million people in 1980 to 530 million people in 2025. And the freaking curve just won't stop, but it's gonna increase up to 700 million by 2050. If anything, I started this channel based on the spirit of inquiry and research about everything. And in today's video, hopefully we will understand this epidemic of diabetes across the globe. And the reason is not what you think it is. Without further ado, let's go. Briefly, our body is made up of cells, and a universal known fact that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But this energy that runs a cell is from something called glucose. This glucose boy is present in almost everything that we consume, like pasta, rice, and sugar. Broadly, to break down glucose to simpler compounds, our body secretes a hormone really smart called insulin. This insulin breaks down glucose in a form our body can really absorb glucose and convert into energy to function day to day. Everything is bright and sunny until it is not. When there is some problem like hypersecretion of insulin into our systems or hyposecretion of insulin, our cells go nuts. And then we have the topic of the video, diabetes. So now we know why diabetes is caused on an anatomical level. There are 2 types of diabetes. You have the type 1 diabetes, which is also known as juvenile diabetes, and rightly so because it is caused by genetics in most parts. The books describe it as an autoimmune disease, which basically means the defense mechanism of your body, the immune system, begins attacking instead of defending your body. In type 1 diabetes, you experience excessive thirst, weight loss, and fatigue because your body is preventing your cells to create more insulin. And this leads to this cycle, leads to this trap, which is type 1 diabetes. So you'll need to take insulin several times a day to manage type 1 diabetes. Keeping your blood sugar in range is key. Several factors affect your glucose level. So T1D management is complex and highly individualized. Then comes type 2 diabetes, which we will take the rest of the video to talk about this type of disease, because this is the point of making the video. Type 2 diabetes or diabetes mellitus is mostly characterized by the fact that our body has an abnormal level of glucose because the insulin secreted by the body to break down the sugar is not being properly utilized. It also has a genetic factor, but it's mostly caused by the environment and lifestyle of a person. If you have type 2 diabetes, you are more likely to feel the urge to urinate and tingling in your legs and hands. Long-term impact may result in loss of kidney or increased risk of cardiac arrest, to name a few ugly things that happen, but is so important to talk and raise awareness about, because all of this is very much preventable. So it is 1980, talking about the world scale. Our options to buy food rich in sugar content is very limited. Now in 2025, globally, a lot of options are available, which are not the most healthy food to consume. So when I did look at all the papers issued and commissioned by universities of the world, It is not a health problem that just exists. The rise of diabetes is not natural. It is almost as if it is engineered by our lifestyle and the way our society functions today, and it has a lot to do with the decision and policies made by the government that, to turn, spreads the disease to the world slowly over decades. Okay, so to begin our story, we need to look back to 1970s United States, where they are going through a crisis of oil prices, which is a very good topic for a later video in the future.
This is unreal. Isn't this disgusting? Why doesn't anybody contact the president? Why is he letting this happen to us?
All right. To combat the rising prices of food across the country, the government began to subsidize the production of corn, soy, and wheat. Why, you ask me? Because corn and soy can be turned into an array of processed food, and it also became the backbone to produce cheap meat. And after that, American farmers and cattle rearers lobbied to keep the price of corn and soy cheap. So they start to have all this corn and soy available at a very cheap price, and the big corporations started to buy this corn and soy to convert them in something very profitable. And we had this boom of processed food with high sugar content. And the butterfly effect is so on. In European Union, they did something similar with Common Agricultural Policy, or CAP in short, which ultimately favored processed food over organic because it favored production of refined starch and dairy fats. Now we have to talk about the Southeast Asian region, as it is one of the most affected regions with the most increase and projected increase of diabetic cases. Now in the last 50 years, these are the countries like South Korea, India, Pakistan that transformed and rapidly urbanized open trade deals, flooded markets with processed food, like in the case of Japan, which has a very delicious cuisine. The normal population had to shift on reliance to processed food. But why? Yes, that is what I wondered. Yes, we know it is bad and we should eat more healthy. As I was preparing to order for some McDonald's, then I realized the real problem. The cause, the center of it all, is the rise of this work ethic, which is taking away our work-life balance. In cases of rapid urbanization in countries like India and Japan, we saw making more roads for cars, and it is almost pretty hard in cities of today to walk and move and breathe and run, with the exceptions of European cities, because the European governments understood the value of physical activity. In general speaking, the rise of corporates and multinationals has contributed in a life way faster, which is very good for the development charts, but is not the best way to live healthy. And since people have less time, they depend on processed food more than they used to. It is an observation which could be put on the straw man fallacy that both the things are not related. But the data shows that there is a relation, because for the examples of European cities which have the most work-life balance and urbanization that allows to walk and have physical activity, they rank pretty low on these scales. Also, an underlying factor for increase in diabetes, especially in the case of India, is stress. A recent study shows that workplace stress is one of the major contributors of diabetes in India. So we know the causes, of course, and the reason. So what is now? Is all hope lost? Is everyone gonna die? No is the short answer. Yes, so look, the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, NIDDK, did an experiment in the late 1990s, which they called the Diabetes Prevention Program, or DPP. Over 3,200 adults were enrolled. all had prediabetes, basically. They were at a high risk of developing diabetes. They were split into groups. Group metformin. This group used metformin, which is a drug that controls blood sugar level. Group lifestyle change. People who were scared to make some changes in their lifestyle, like eating more green and walking 150 minutes per week, but nothing too rigorous. And group placebo. The study ran for years. Data piled up, then came the results, and the results were pretty shocking. The group with lifestyle changes reduced the risk of diabetes the most at 58%, and metformin only 31%. But what does the future hold for this disease? Well, to be honest, it is pretty bright. Countries like Japan are introducing measures to prevent and fight by increasing and promoting a very healthy life, including physical activity and eating more traditional. Europe already took notice, and they are building the cities where you can walk or ride a bicycle to your workplace. Cities like Brussels and Amsterdam already have this culture. And the advances of medical science has also some updates to prevent it for now, because they don't have a pill ready to cure it at the moment. But I certainly believe they will come up with a medicine sooner than we think they can. Scientists have developed a precision prevention system with the help of AI, which profiles a lot of variables and try to predict precisely how grave is the risk of developing diabetes is, and a model plan to prevent it. So we are at the end of the video. I hope you liked it a lot. It came of use to you. My advice to you at the end is just eat more protein, rich foods, and take vitamins, and consult your nutritionist for a diet. Practice at least running once or twice a week. If you are busy, and take it easy, don't stress so much. And subscribe to Decode for more of this type of videos every week. And so I will see you in the next one. Till then, keep asking the strange questions.